Welcome back, friends. My name is Howie with PokemonKing.com, and once again, we are coming back with a team building episode where I'm going to show you how I go about figuring out who's going to be on my next team. If you did miss the last set of battles, we just finished an OU team where we went 3-0, and we lost our bonus battle where we kicked it up into Ubers. That's how the channel works. We're going to do 3 battles with every team, at least on this playlist. There's going to be other playlists where different things happen, don't get me wrong. But on this playlist, every team that I use will fit into a tier. And within that tier, we're going to play 3 battles. And if we win all 3, we'll have a bonus battle against the next tier up. So with OU, it was Ubers. With this team, it is UU. So if we win all 3 with this one, we'll play an OU match. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Today, I'm going to pull some suggestions, if I can, from a couple of well, they might be subscribers. I don't know if they are for sure. But I'm going to pull some suggestions from the comment sections in some of my videos, and we're going to take them and pop them onto our team, if at all possible. And it will be possible, as long as they're UU Pokemon. We got to click through until we find one here first is the key. Got to click through. Okay, so Driftblim is NU, so that'll have to wait, unfortunately. And not much here. Okay, Empoleon. I like Empoleon. Let's put Empoleon on this team. Let's see if we can find any other Pokemon in the comment sections that people want to see me use. Not seeing much so far. So if you guys want to see me use a Pokemon that you like on my team, go ahead and leave it as a comment in my video, in the comment section of my videos. If I could just spit it out. Jeez, Howie, what is wrong with you today? You can't even talk. So okay, we're going to use Empoleon, and the rest I guess I'm going to come up with on my own. This, again, I'm not going to go through it, is my Excel super table that helps me build my teams in a much quicker manner. And takes out some of the tediousness of figuring out weaknesses, resistances, what needs to be on the team to cover up another Pokemon's weaknesses. Complementary Pokemon is what this spreadsheet is about. It finds them for me, and it takes a lot of the time out of the process. So we're going to go through and find Empoleon, because this is our UU. Is Empoleon in this tier? Is it not? It is. Okay, it's right here. Empoleon, we're going to turn on. And what other Pokemon do I like from the NU tier that I have always wanted to use is the question. Let's see. How about no, I don't really. Infernape. Sceptile, Toxicroak, Umbreon, Vaporeon, Porygon 2, Trevenant. That's a fun one. Let's turn Trevenant on. I've always wanted to use one, and now is as good of a time as any to do so. And let's see what it comes up with. We're going to run the program and see who it wants to be on our team. We're going to go to Data Analysis Solver, see if it can find something with these. Okay, it found a solution with Intolerance, so that's good. That's good, so let's sort this and see who it put out on our team. Gave us Crocodile, Trevenant, Empoleon, Florges, Tentacruel, Rotom, Heat. Very solid team. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I don't like Crocodile, though, so I'm turning him off. Sorry, I'm not using him. And we're going to try to run it again and see if we can find something to replace that Trevenant. Solve. Found a solution. Swapped out something else, too. The Florges is no longer on the team. This time we have Umbreon, Donphan. I already used Donphan, so we have to turn Donphan off. And run it one more time. By the way, the average, the number here, we're trying to get that as low as possible, and that is the average number of, that's the average net resistances we have on the team. So if it's less than 1, it means on average we resist. We have more resistances than weaknesses in a certain move. So if it's below 1, that's good because it means we have more net resistances than we do weaknesses. Anyway, let's go ahead and sort this and see what we have this time. This time we have Hippowdon. Sorry, not a sand team, so I'm not going to... Well, we could use a non-sand-based Hippowdon. That might be fun. Because doesn't he have a secondary ability like Sheer Force or something? I'm going to search and find out. Because if that's the case, No one uses non-Sandstream Hippowdon. Okay, yeah, he has Sand Force. That's interesting. Okay, we're going to keep him. We're going to keep him on our team. So I like this. Let's see what we have. Hippowdon, Umbreon, Trevenant, Empoleon, Tentacruel, and Rotom H. The problem is with Umbreon, it's too bulky. I'm trying to go more offensive so the battles go faster. So I'm going to turn him off and see if we can find a different Pokemon. Looks like we have the Florges back. Lost the Hippowdon, sadly. Okay, so we have Ampharos, Snorlax, Florges, Trevenant, Empoleon, Rotom, Heat. I like it. Okay, so what we're going to do is copy this, paste it down here, and see what it says. Maximize the Excel table for a moment. Okay, this is good. That means the net resistances for my entire team, every one of them is green or white, which means they're all greater than 1, which is good. So fighting, for example, net resistances is 2. That means we have 2 weakness and 2 resist. So even though Empoleon and Snorlax are weak to fighting, Florges and Trevenant, well, Florges resist. Trevenant is actually immune. So that's good. This is very good. I like what I'm seeing here. And the weaknesses are actually really few. We don't have a lot. We don't have a lot at all. Did it want the Mega? It did not. So we are not going to have a Mega on this team, which is fine by me. No Megas, which might sound insane, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. And also this time for the team builder, I'm not going to use Smogon at all. I'm going to try not to use Smogon at all. And we're going to just come up with movesets on our own. I have a pretty good handle on what's commonly used, and I'm going to try to deviate as much as I can from what everyone else uses. Can't make any promises because I might have to. I mean, we're trying to win battles too, don't get me wrong. So I'm going to have to use some of the default Pokemon sets for the Pokemon that aren't very flexible. And if I could just get this to work. Let's delete this. See what that does for us. Okay, cool. We'll slide down here. And that's what we want to see. We can see our whole team. Perfect. So our first Pokemon. All right, looking at the team. First, general overview. Ampharos, obviously thinking going to be a special attacker. Maybe a Choice Scarf. It's going to be him or the Rotom Heat, because I like having at least one Volt Switcher U-turner on my team, and I don't see any U-turn users, so clearly one of those has to be a Volt Switcher, and a fast one at that. Throat. Got a bit of a sore throat. But it's going away, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely it's going away. The water really helps. Okay, so Ampharos, Snorlax. Florges is going to be our special wall for sure, obviously. So we're going to have to go a different direction with Trevenant maybe. We could do a secondary special wall. Empoleon, I think we're going to run offensive. Maybe a Specs variant. That sounds fun. We could run a Choice Specs variant with the Empoleon, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Stealth Rock on it, and we're going to give it 3 attacks, because no one will see that coming, because we can bring it in to start, Stealth Rock, and switch out, and everyone's going to think that it's not Choice Specs, but it will be, because a Choice Specs set typically does not have, that was probably really loud. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do better with the microphone. Choice Spec set does not have Stealth Rock. So Empoleon, let's go file, create a new team, team builder. Let's go there. First Pokemon going to be Empoleon. We're going to change the species after we type it in, of course. Empo. Change species. This is going to be a Choice Spec set. Do we have possibly, I don't think we do. Do we have, we might be able to do something like a Trick Room. We could use Trick Room a little bit. That's going to influence what I'm going to do with this Empoleon. So I'm going to search, I'm going to open up another tab, and I'm going to search for Trevenant and see if he learns Trick Room. Because if that's the case, I think we're going to make a little bit of a different team here. He does get Trick Room. So what we're going to do is we're going to run Choice Specs. We're going to do a negative speed nature, a beneficial special attack nature, of course. And we're going to give him 0 EVs in speed. So he's really, really slow. And that will allow us late in the battle, hopefully, to come in on something that's faster than us and nail them with a Choice Spec something or another. And that's going to be a huge amount of damage. It's going to be 353 times 1.5. So we're going to be in the 5 hundos as far as our special attack goes with the Choice Specs. HP, we can then invest in HP. Probably just max that out. And see how that goes for starters, for survivability. Obviously going to have the Torrent, because we don't need the attack boost. Held item choice specs. No one's going to see that coming. Going to give him the Stealth Rock because I like having the entry hazards, and it will also describe our specs, which is huge. For later in the battle, because I like keeping it a secret for my opponent what I have in my back pocket. Obviously going to go with Hydro Pump for max power. Hydro Pump for max power. Flash Cannon for a secondary stab and to help out against fairies. And for coverage, then I'm thinking Hidden Power Fire, because we don't have, well, we do have Rotom H, but we do have a well-disguised Hidden Power Fire too. It's either Ice Beam or Hidden Power Fire. Do we need the Ice Beam more? All right, for now we're going to go Ice Beam, but we might change that. We might change that down the road. So I think that looks pretty good for Empoleon. I like it. It's going to be a fun set, a little bit cheeky, but actually still very, very competitive. So that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Our next one is going to be the Trevenant, because we're going to make that a trick room user. And we're going to see how this goes. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a trick room team. That's pretty fun, isn't it? Drop everyone's speed down a little bit. Well, Snorlax at least for sure. Going to drop the speed on the Trevenant to help with the trick room aspect. And give him 0 speed IV so that he's extra slow. And we want him to be... Do we want him to be a physical or a special wall is the question. Or we can make him offensive. No one sees that coming. Probably because it's a stupid thing to do. What does attack hit? 350 actually. That's pretty high. Does he get any good physical attacks? This could be fun. He does get Wood Hammer. That would hit really hard with the Life Orb attached. But I would be losing... He really should just be harvesting, honestly, because I need him to be survivable if I'm going to keep setting up a trick room. So we are just going to give him the harvest, and we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. I want to do it, but we're not going to do it. But we're going to not put any investment in attack for sure. Let's make him a special wall. I'm going to max out the special defense, because grass is just a great specially defensive typing I found. Ghost. Not so much. I'm not sure how much I like this, honestly, but we're going to stick with it. We're going to stick with it. We're not going back. We're just going to see how it goes. And let's see. We're going to give him the Trick Room, obviously, because that's the whole reason we're going to use this team, I think. And Leech Seed. I like Leech Seed. And should we Protect? I like having a Protect user. Shadow Claw for a stab. And... we'll give him Protect as well. Protect to scout for moves, get some more Leech Seed recovery. I think that'll be good. And as far as an item, we're going to give him the Citrus Berry, right? Is that the one we want? Is it the Citrus Berry? H-I-I-I, Citrus. So that we can continue harvesting that. And I think I like how that looks. Cool. Okay, so we got 2 down. Next one up is going to be... We have to complete this kind of trio we have of the Empoleon. We're going to have like a slow trio, I think, and a fast trio. So we're going to stick with... Actually, no, we're not going to do that because we have the Florges too. Slow, fast trio, that's stupid. Let's do Snorlax next. Just because I like Snorlax. What kind of a Snorlax do we want to make him? If I can get this to work for once in my life. How about a choice band? We're just going to go for just power, straight power. This team is going to be about power, slow power, trick room power. So we're going to give him the choice band. For sure, for sure, for sure. Give him return for a hard stab. And then come up with some other stuff. Got Belch, Focus Blast. These are all special attacks. Physical, physical, physical. Okay, so Gunk Shot could be good to have. Does have 80 accuracy, which is acceptable. It's better than Focus Blast. See if that comes back to bite us in the behind. So I think this is going to be good. I want Earthquake, and I want Crunch too. No, I want Pursuit to grab any slow ghosts that want to escape our grasp. And as far as this goes, we're going to give him a slow nature, of course. Bump up the attack, make him adamant. Bosho, max out the attack. Give him a nice spread of hit points and a little bit extra special defense, too. You know what? I'm thinking about more and more. I think the Trevenant has to become a physical wall because we're not going to have one on our team. Because the Florges has to be a special wall because that's what he's good at. That is what he's good at. And we're not going to mess with that mojo. That looks good for slow the Snorlax. We're going to give him a 0 in the speed. And I like it. So our next Pokemon is going to be Florges, our special wall. Special wall. Change those species over. And what are we going to put on you? I feel like Wish and Protect are really popular on this. But, you know what? Am I crazy enough to make you a special attacker? What does your special attack come out to maxed? I'm going hard on the offense, I think. I like going hard on the offense. We got good synergy and low weaknesses. And that can play well on a bulky offensive team. So I think we might do that. I think it's really sneaky and tricky and mean. So we're going to give him max special attack. How low does your speed get if we gave you a negative nature speed? And 0 speed IVs. Yeah, but see, at that point we're relying too much on the Trick Room because we only have the one user. So I don't want to do that. We're done dropping people's speed down because I just can't have Trick Room. Yeah, if Trick Room expires or if we don't want to use it or if it's not playing well, we got to have a fallback option where we're going to outspeed some things under normal conditions. So with that in mind, we're going to pump up special attack. I'm going to give you a modest nature, max HP, because you've got a huge amount of HP. It's beautiful. You still got great special bulk, which is good. And what the heck? Let's give you some defense. And as far as moves go, we're going to give you Moonblast. Do I want a Grass-type move? What pairs well with Fairy? I'm sorry, I have to go to Smogon because I don't know what pairs well with Fairy. Smogon, Florges. How are we doing on time? 17 minutes, not bad. We'll have this wrapped up in a couple minutes here. Florges on Smogon. Movesets. Okay, so you like being a calm-minding thing. Well, you can be bold. Should I take that into account? Because you would make a decent physical wall. I do just like punching holes in things, though, really badly. No one runs modest Florges. No one does that. I'm going to make you bold. Because I need more physical bulk on this team. So we're going to steal a Smogon set, even though I said I wouldn't. We're going to give you max HP. Max HP, max defense. A little bit of special attack. I don't like the Calm Mind, though. So, no. You know what? Forget it. We're going modest. I don't care what anyone says, and I don't care if this team is terrible. It's my team, and I'm going to come up with what we're going to use. So you all can suck on that. We're going to be modest and pump up your defense just a tiny little bit. And we're going to go with Moonblast. And some other moves. You don't have a great move pool. I think that's probably part of the reason. But we're going to give you Psychic. And maybe like a Hidden Power Fire. And I think I want like a Protect. Do I? You know, we're going to go Wish Protect. We're going to go Moonblast. Hidden Power Fire. Oops. Okay. Wish and Protect. Because I might... The passing the Wish might be useful. And the Protect is good for scouting. And we'll still do really good damage because we're going to be max special attack. Moonblast is not resisted by too much. So I think I like that. I think I like that a lot. Okay, so we're going to give you Hidden Power Fire. Fire! And item. Of course, we have to give you an item. Let's just give you the leftovers. Because we have the Protect on there, so that's always good. If you're going to buy yourself an extra turn, you may as well get some of your hit points back. Moving on, we have two left. It's the Ampharos and the Rotom Heat. Ampharos, Ampharos, Ampharos. You have great special bulk, and I like it. I like it a lot. And you can do lots of different stuff too. Well, not too many different things, but you can do some different stuff. Let's check out your moves. Do you have anything that's fun? You have Confuse Ray, Cotton Guard. Not really that great. Ion Deluge. Magnet Rise. Protect, Reflect. You do have the dual screens, which is nice. The Thunder Wave is always good to have. We don't have a status user. So we're going to put the Thunder Wave on you. We're going to give you the slow Volt Switch. That's what we're going to do. We'll have a slow and a fast Volt Switch. I think I like that. So we're going to Scarf the Rotom H, and then we're going to keep Ampharos really slow. I think that'll play great, because if the Trick Room's up, then we have options. If we want a slow turner or a fast turner, under any conditions we'll have one. So we're going to obviously pump up Special Attack. And max out Special Attack. Max out Special Attack and hit points. That's good. And we'll drop a few in Special Defense just for a little bit of extra bulk for you. We're going to give you the Volt Switch. You already know it. So now we're going to give you Volt Switch. I like having them in a certain order. I don't know why, but I like having like... if you're going to have like a Volt Switch or a U-turn, I just like it as the first move most of the time. I just like how it looks. Now, the question is, the obligatory Thunderbolt probably has to be on there. Probably do have to put the obligatory Thunderbolt. We don't really have... I don't like Focus Blast, but I think we're going to give you it anyway. I don't like the accuracy drop, but we do need a fighting type attack. We don't have one yet. And really, it's tough to run a team... You really want a physical fighting type attack, at least one. And we don't have one, so we're going to have to make do with a special one. Yeah, so we're going to go with Focus Blast. Is there anything else cheeky on here that we can make use of? Light Screen or Reflect could be good. And that would also... Okay, we're going to go with Light Screen or Reflect. I think I'm going with Reflect because we got more special bulk. So we're going to put Reflect on you too. Give you the leftovers as well. And I think I like how you're looking. I do. We're going to go with that. That's going to be just fine. And then this is going to be a Rotom H. And this is going to be a Choice Scarf user for sure. Form, Nature, Timid, Item, Choice Scarf. I like putting a Choice Scarf on something that has Trick. So before I even forget, you're getting Trick. That's one of your moves. And we can use that to cripple some bulky walls that we might have trouble breaking through. Trick, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Shadow Ball. I like how it looks. And we have to change your form too. Don't want to forget about that. Rotom H. Change that species. No Shadow Ball. Overheat. For max power all the time. Max out your special attack and max out your speed, and we got a pretty formidable team. Okay, we're going to go over it one more time before I go. Links will be down below, so you can follow, check out the links to the other battles will be down below in the description, so you can check it out there. We have the Rotom H with our Choice Scarf. We have Choice Scarf, Band, and Specs on this team, so a lot of power, a lot of predicting, should lead to quicker battles, which is what we're hoping for, even if we lose them. So we got Rotom H with the Trick, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Overheat. We have the Ampharos, Quiet with the leftovers. This is a slow Volt Turner, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, and Reflect. We have Florges with the Moonblast, Hidden Power, Wish, and Protect. This is modest, because usually they're bold or calm, so they generally don't hit as hard as this one will. I'm hoping we can score some surprises on our opponent that way. Well, I'm looking at it one more time. Does she get Psyshock? Does not get Psyshock, so we aren't going to switch anything there. Snorlax with the Choice Band, very, very slow, the Brave Nature. Hits only 58 speed at level 100. Attack hits 350 plus 175 is 350, 450, 525 attack. Returns Gunk Shots, Earthquakes, and Pursuits coming at you. That's going to be huge. Trevenant with the Trick Room, Leech Seed, Shadow Claw, and Protect. Sassy with the Citrus Berry, specially defensive, max special defense. Empoleon, with the Stealth Rock. Probably going to be our lead most of the time. Going to have Hydro Pump, Flash Cannon, and Ice Beam. We're running the Choice Spec, so this thing is going to do huge amounts of damage under Trick Room and hopefully slam some more frail and average defense opponents that would typically outspeed us under other conditions. Anyway, that is our team. So go ahead and like the video. If you enjoyed this tutorial on how I build my teams, go ahead and subscribe as well to the channel. The 1st and 15th of every month we give away freebies, so watch out for that. Follow us on Twitch, Facebook, and check out the website, PokemonKing.com. That's all down in the description below. Until next time, have a good night or have a good day. Take it easy. I'm Howie, PokemonKing.com, logging off.